Well, a happy Thursday to you. The Seahawks are back at work this week trying to bounce back from their first loss of the season. The 1-3 New York Giants come to Seattle Sunday for a 1:05 kickoff at Lumen Field. Coach Mike Macdonald was asked about the team's mentality on bouncing back from the 42-29 loss at Detroit.
I think, that every day's approach is going to be the same expectation. We're trying to improve. We're trying to take the next step. Let's look at what happened through an impartial eye so we can attack the problems and let's move forward. Let's keep it positive, man. There's a lot of good stuff on tape. A lot of stuff we obviously need to, fix and make right. So, but that's the case anytime we step foot out there and toe the line. So that'll be the same mentality.
Seattle fell behind and had to throw a ton last week in the loss. Macdonald was asked if he's concerned about having to throw too many times per game.
Yeah, we're not shooting for a number of passes or whatever going into each game. I think it's just what it takes to be successful. Trying to put our guys in best positions. I think Gino's operating the offense at a really high level where we're getting in and out of certain plays. That'll dictate some run or pass in certain situations. But I think the guys are confident. I think there's a lot of great execution out there. You've seen the O-line start to come together. So we're moving in the right direction. And we'll see, I'm not really worried about the pass play numbers right now. But, yeah, you're right. It just doesn't feel that many. I mean, the way this game played out, turned into a drop-back fest, which it needed to be, for us to have a chance to win the game. So some games kind of dictate those terms.
Seattle's game Sunday will be broadcast on CBS. Well, it's a skimpy schedule in college football around the Northwest this weekend. Washington State and Eastern Washington both have byes. The Washington Huskies will host 10th-ranked Michigan in a rematch, sort of last year's national championship game. A game at Husky Stadium kicks off at 4:30 on NBC. Central Washington on the road at Eastern New Mexico with a kickoff set tomorrow Saturday at 5:30. The prep football weekend gets underway tonight in Pateros. The Billy Goats are hosting the Soap Lake Eagles in Central Washington 1B play. That kicks off at 7. Etiat plays at Oroville tomorrow at 5. Waterville-Mansfield visits Bridgeport at 7 o'clock. Manson will host Lake Roosevelt in the only straight across 2B game tomorrow night. That kicks off at 7. Quincy's on the road at Prosser in the CWAC tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, while Ephrata hosts a non-league game against Davis. Sela is at Toppenish. Othello at hosts East Valley. Grandview travels to Ellensburg. Chelan plays at Okanagan tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Omak plays host to Brewster at 7:30. Cascade travels to Tonasket for an 8:30 kickoff. We have officiating issues going on there. Of course, we're all looking forward to tomorrow's SCAC showdown between Cashmere and Royal. It kicks off at 7 o'clock. While Zilla hosts Kiona Benton, Natchez Valley visits Connell, Wapato hosts College Place, while Luke travels to Granger. The matchup between Cashmere and Royal in SCAC football features two offenses that are prolific and two defenses that don't give up much. Cashmere coach Bryan Bremmer says the game will come down really to which team makes the fewest mistakes.
You would love to say it's going to come down to who wants it more, but I don't believe that's true because I believe both teams are well disciplined. They're going to want to win the football game. It's going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes and penalties and how you control the ball and how you take care of the football. Obviously, we believe in the turnover battle, and turnover margin plays a big part in a game of football. We've done a good job of taking it away, and we've done a good job this year of holding on to it. So I think if we win the turnover battle, take care of the football, tackle well, and play, you're not going to play mistake-free football. To be honest, the biggest thing we really talk about all week is you're playing Royal, they're really good. We know that. And so many people get so uptight that you have to play a perfect game. You do not have to play perfect. Because when you play perfect, you're going to make more mistakes than if you just lay back and just play ball. That's what we're really looking forward to, is just playing free.
I caught up with the Cashmere captains prior to tomorrow night's game against Royal. Jacob Savage and Brody Larson talk about overcoming mistakes and circling this game on the calendar. I'll ask you the same question about overcoming maybe some negatives. You turn the ball over, you get a big play that's called back because of a penalty. Not that happens, but, it's football. So how do you overcome that?
It's all really just your mentality. You just got to keep going, put your hand in the ground and go. I mean, one big play goes wrong, you just got to get back to it, How
have you been able to focus game to game and not look forward to Week 5 tonight?
I mean, we've had the mentality all season, 1 week at a time. I mean, we've still had this week circled on the calendar since we've known it's been coming. But we've had the mentality with train stops, train roll on every week. I mean, focus on the game at hand and get it done.
Kickoff set for 7 o'clock Friday night to Bulldog Stadium. NCWLIFE will have live coverage with yours truly and Grant Olson. Our pregame beginning at 6:30. Weather's supposed to be a little interesting. Cold, windy, maybe some rain as well. See how that impacts the offenses on both sides. Of course, you can tune in to Channel 12 on Local Tel. You can tune in to Channel 19 on the other guys. Our Facebook stream will be up as well as streaming it on our website. Moses Lake is on the road at Eisenhower in Big 9 football tomorrow night at 7. Sunnyside hosts West Valley. Saturday features the Bridge of Sportsmanship game between Eastmont and Wenatchee at Lee-Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Kickoff set for 6. NCWLIFE will begin our pregame show at 5:30. There are 7 soccer matches dotting the landscape today. It all began at 4 o'clock this afternoon when Brewster hosted Chelan. Okanagan's at Cascade. Pateros welcomes Liberty Bell. Tonasket, or make that Toppenish, takes on Omak, while Bridgeport hosts Lake Roosevelt. It's Zilla at Cashmere. Manson is visiting Oroville, and a much busier night to the volleyball courts. There are 4 matches at 6 o'clock with Quincy at Toppenish, Seedless hosting Ephrata, Waterville Mansfield at Wilson Creek, and Oroville hosting Curlew. 6 matches begin with service at 6:30. Cashmere hosts Zilla, Cascades at Lake Roosevelt, Okanagan hosts Omak, Tonasket travels to Brewster, Liberty Bell welcomes Bridgeport, Soap Lake visits Eniat. Later at 7, Sunnyside at Wenatchee, while Eastmont is visiting Moses Lake. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.